Hello everybody, it's Singing Hin here, also known as Hannah to some people. It's February, it's Valentine's Day, it's love, all things wonderful love. We're going to talk about music as a language of love this month, and talk also about the fact that music isn't just a language of love, but it is a language, and there are the two pillars of language and music. So let's dive right in. I've got rhythm, I've got music, I've got sunshine, who could ask for anything more? Not me, I've got rhythm. So rhythm is the name of the game, because after all, what have we if we haven't got rhythm? There might be a song in there somewhere. Going back to our graph from last time, do you remember I was battling on about the y-axis versus the x-axis, where the y-axis of the graph can be considered the pitch. The higher the dot is on that y-axis, the higher the pitch. La 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 la. Well, if we think of the x-axis now, that's telling us the time, because time sadly keeps ticking and apparently it waits for no man. Women were okay though, I think it waits for us. So across the bottom then, we have our time ticking. But how long do you hold these notes? Who knows? Let's have a find out though. So let's go back once more, final time, I promise, to that maths lesson where you draw a graph. You have your y-axis and your x-axis, and you plot the two against it. Now really, that is kind of the only information you can put on it, or is it? You can colour code your graph. You can use different types of dots to denote different things on your graph if you're trying to show two sets of information comparative. And we do the same with music, because frankly we have to be inventive of ways of getting that information to the musician as quickly as possible. If you remember, I mentioned that earlier. So we use dots, different types of dots. So the first dot is a circle, and that's what we call a semibreve, and that's worth a certain amount of beats. And then we have a minim, which is worth 2 beats, and that's a circle with a stem, and that's worth 2 beats, as I say. We then have the crotchet, which is a circle filled in with a stem, and that's worth 1 beat. And then there's the quaver, a circle filled in with a stem and a tail. Are you with me? Are you following? Good. And that's worth half a beat. In America, they call these whole notes, half notes, quarter notes, and eighths notes, which is great until you start getting onto the 16th and 32nd notes, because they lose me then. But for now, all I want to talk about is these 4 types of notes that tell you on the line how long to hold them. If I go back to my music then, you probably can't see, but that one there is a crotchet, this one there's a quaver, and that one there's a minim. And we're holding those at different points. So the position of that dot on the y-axis is telling us the pitch. The type of dot it is telling us how long to hold that note for before we move on to the next. It's simple, possibly not, but it is language. Thanks for watching, and see us again in March.